179. Good to start. Good day, everyone. Today we are doing the fourth episode of season 5. And I'm really very excited to present our discussion and panel today. My name is Ashfaq Ahmed, and I'm the anchor of the PMI Mumbai chapter. I'm the anchor of the chapter exchange program, and I'm also the host of this session today. I also hold the vice president portfolio from the PMI Mumbai chapter. Before we begin, I want to take a minute to acknowledge our current volunteers for the exchange program. Our volunteers are already online, and I would request them to say hi to the crowd. Is Anita from PMI Poland chapter? Okay. Tao from PMI Taiwan chapter.
Hi, it's Tao from Taiwan. Welcome,
Is
everyone.
Thank you, Tao. Is Damike around? Uh, Priscilla from Sao Paulo, Brazil chapter.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Okay. Then we have Hiral Vyas Dave from PMI Gujarat chapter.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And we have Anita Kanoja from PMI Mumbai chapter.
Everyone, good to see you.
So it's only because of these volunteers who work on around the month to bring this event to all of us once in a month. So a big round of applause and a big thank you for all the hard work that the volunteers have put in to bring this event together. Priscilla, you want to?
Sure. Thank you, Ahmed. So welcome back to PMI Chapter Exchange. This is Season 5, Event 4. Our session topic is Project Managers as Strategic Leaders. Today, we have our PMI friends coming from 30 different PMI chapters from around the world: North America, Latin America, Europe, Africa, and Asia, plus many other supporting chapters. Next one, please. Next, please. Yes, thank you. I would like to present to you our exchange effect map. Our registrations for today's session are coming from 48 countries. Thank you. Next, please. We invite you now to keep saying hello to each other and networking as we begin this exciting event. Today, we are pleased to announce that we have more than 1,000 registrations from 48 countries. From Alaska to New Zealand and all countries and continents in between. Thank you, everyone, for this warm response to this initiative. And please, we would like to ask you to let us know where you are coming from using the Menti link shared in the chat. It is important to remind you that this meeting is being recorded. So if you feel uncomfortable in any way, you can choose not to attend. If not, you are welcome to continue. We also highlight that everyone here at this event is speaking on our individual capacity. Therefore, our opinions do not in any way represent the opinions of our organizations. Next, please. Next, please. Thank you. And please join us in the attendee spotlight session, and we will spotlight you. The rules: participate actively in the event using the chat window, share an interesting quote or comment on the topic or on this chapter exchange event. Then, in the end of the event, we will spotlight you. And you and your quote or comment will be featured in our Insight Exchange Nugget. So please, your collaboration is very important to enrich this event. Next, please. And it's my pleasure to introduce you our guest speaker of the day, Dr. Danny Schoen. Dr. Danny is an accomplished executive with a proven track record of success and recognition in international strategy and technology leadership. He possesses a sharp, visionary, and pragmatic mindset that enables effective decision-making and strategic planning. Throughout his career, he has held senior global leadership roles at esteemed organizations, including Chubb Life, AIG, Cataway Pacific, and Sun Life, operating across Asia, EMEA, and North America. In his most recent position as the global head of IT operations at Chubb Life, Dr. Schoen oversaw IT and operations functions worldwide, taking full responsibility for defining the strategy, IT investment, project delivery. One of the flagship projects he managed was the acquisition of Life in 6 markets across the Asia-Pacific region. He also led large-scale digitalization efforts during the pandemic, which involved the adoption of IoT, data analytics, RBA, and AI-enabled customer journey. Prior to joining Chubb Life, Dr. Schoen worked at AIG, where he was responsible for operations and transformation in Asia. He successfully completed multiple restructuring and divestiture projects during the financial tsunami, enhancing his resilience and strategic leadership capabilities in volatile and uncertain environments. Dr. Schoen has been involved with PMI for decades, starting from his early engagement in the Southern Ontario chapter, now known as the Toronto chapter in Canada. He has served in various volunteer leadership roles in different PMI chapters and currently holds the position of Region Advisor in Region 9, Northeast Asia. Currently residing in Hong Kong with his family, Dr. Schoen actively volunteers in various professional associations at the executive committee and board levels. He contributes with expertise and leadership skills to impact the community positively. Dr. Danny, thank you for being here with us today, and the virtual stage is yours.
Dr. Danny, you're on mute.
Thanks, Priscilla, for the introduction, and also good morning and good evening and good afternoon. Thanks for inviting me to have a moment with all of you sharing about the project manager as a strategic leaders. I have can you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen.
No, not yet.
It's
No,
not
not
on
yet.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. This is
But I
the
think
part.
okay, right. Okay, now it's working.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, very good.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Danny. Thanks, Priscilla, for the introduction. I know I got 10 minutes. What I would like to share with you is about the project manager and strategic leaders, how we are going to link these two together. Okay. Okay, let's look at the project manager. We all are project management professional in this call. Okay. We all look the same, like a cookie cutter, the gingerbread man in Christmas? Are we living a happy smile on our face throughout all the projects that we manage, no matter it is real estate or infrastructure or high-speed rail? I will not go into the detail about the challenge and capability or the essential skills of being a successful project manager. But what I would like to share with you all is the difference between project manager and strategic leaders. Every project, we all know Pimble, is unique. So we as a project manager, we should not be as a cookie cutter. We manage different projects at a different stage. Then we will experience different challenge, and also we adopt different strategy. There's only one takeaway that I want to share with you is how to be different from the other cookie cutter project manager. The difference between strategic leaders and project manager. One is on the visionary thinking, then two is on the planning and the business and knowledge, and also communication skill and change management. All of these, I will give you an example from the real life, the M&A project that Priscilla mentioned in the introduction.
Danny, can you go to the next slide? Or you're only
Okay.
talking about the first one, because we can see the introduction. Yeah, and the next slide is not displayed. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So this is about the
Cookie cutter, okay.
the cookie cutter. Okay, cookie cutter that I manage, that I mentioned. Then right now I'm on this slide. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference between two of them is on the visionary and also on the planning, business knowledge, communication, and also the change management, which induce the risk management. That is something that we already have from our day-to-day or as our previous career as a project manager. How to be different, how to need to think differently. This is what I will share with you in the next 5 minutes. Okay. I will use the example that Priscilla mentioned in my M&A project, Global Experience. Visionary, okay? Every project is unique. Every project we have an objective. But how we could make a difference, identifying the alternative in realizing the business objective. I give you an example. In my recent acquisition, Chop Life acquired Signal Life in a 6 Asia Pacific market, north from South Korea down to New Zealand in Pacific Rim. Visionary is I make use of this opportunity to consolidate all the infrastructure, the data center, into two regional data center in Hong Kong and Singapore. How you could ensure, make use of this opportunity, kill two birds with one stone. From the visionary, you will also see the challenge. If you could leap higher, if you could see further, you will identify some visions which benefit your project and also the business organization. Number two is on the strategic planning. We all are PMP in this call, okay? Then in terms of the planning, how you could maximize the project success factor and also lower the risk in terms of the likelihood, in terms of the severity. This is part of the strategic planning. One of the examples that I would like to share is the M&A when I was with Sun Life. A Canadian company acquired an Australian pension company in Hong Kong. Then the strategic planning is on, because this is a new license to us, how we could sustain the sales force, how we could sustain the new business, because we are new to the market, we are new to this pension business. So what we as a project manager, we need to strategically think ahead of the project team, think ahead of the project Gantt chart, the regular Gantt chart, how we could plan ahead in terms of the risk, in terms of the needs of a communication. Then the business knowledge, the business acumen, that is something we need to look into, that related to the visionary. My whole career is in the financial and insurance services. All of these are related to the finance, the money, the banking. But the knowledge, how you could leverage the knowledge and expand it to the other horizon, that including from retail banking to merchant banking to insurance to general insurance, or to the M&A, or to the wealth protection. So this is about on the business knowledge side, which we should expand. Inferential communication, you as a project manager, we as a project manager, we are not just looking after the project team. We also need to manage the communication to the board level, to the investment analyst. How we could make use of this project to make to realize the business objective as per the project goal. Then change. There is no crystal ball, or no nothing is a certain in the reality, especially like a recent word come out is a VUCA, V-U-C-A. Many of the things are keep changing and ambiguity. Then how we could make use of the change management, which is from the PMBOK. We just need to do something differently, a little bit more, then we could manage. Then the path that I want to share is continuous training and development. We all are part of the PMI global community, and also some of us may attend the advanced education. This is to keep up ourselves to the recent trend. Agile project management versus the waterfall in the past, whereas the AI versus the relational database in the past. And at the cross-functional, within a project, we now as a strategic leaders, we need to think differently, and we need to connect differently. We will connect with a people with a different background, which including in an M&A project, you will connect with a regulator, government official, lawyer, accountant, different professionals. How we are going to connect them, connect cross-functional. We need to make ourselves available to connect to these different functions. Do we have a knowledge sharing or collaboration opportunity? Take PMI, for example. This chapter Xchange is an excellent platform. Tonight, we have 1,000 registration from 48 countries. This is a knowledge sharing for collaboration. This is not a one-time event. After this, we will connect on LinkedIn. We will connect in the Global Summit. Okay, this is the advantage of joining the professional organization and making our voice count. And of course, we need to challenge the status quo. The M&A project that I mentioned, I have a global responsibility. I look after 13 countries, and then I acquire additional 6. Then altogether is then should we keep the status quo, keep it as is? The answer is no. We think and manage differently. We consolidate the infrastructure together. Of course, we need to manage the leadership support as well. That is how to secure the leadership support to us. And last but not least, can you see my screen?
Yes.
This is without the 4 arithmetic operator.
Dr. Danny, can you use the presentation mode, please,
Yes,
to enlarge the slide? Thank you.
pardon me. Okay. Can you see my screen?
We
In
can,
the presentation
Yeah,
mode.
but not in presentation mode.
Yeah. Just
No,
click
not
there.
in the presentation mode.
Dr. Danny, are you there? Hello. I think he got
Yeah,
disconnected,
I
or
think he's
I can see
disconnected.
him.
So maybe we should kind of carry on.
Okay, we can carry on. Yes. Uh, uh, Danny from Vietnam, you want to share your screen, or should I share my screen? I'll share my screen and then we'll come to the spotlight. Just hold on. A brief introduction about I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, brief introduction about what we are doing with respect to the exchange program. A small introduction about the exchange program. In 2020, we started as one chapter, as a PMI Mumbai chapter. We started the exchange program, and in 2020 we added 6 chapters. The theme was one team, one song, and one dance. And then in 2021, we added another 10 chapters to the exchange program, making it 16. So there are chapters, and then in 23 we added another 4 chapters, and in 24 we are 31 chapters so far, and we are growing and we are collaborating with other chapters, and we have a few chapters in pipeline who are waiting to join us soon. So there are discussions been happening, and we will be adding them to our list. And today if you see, we have members who joined us from the east as well as the west. And what we see here is our 2 spotlight chapters. One is from Vietnam, the other one is from Mexico. And something that you would have Baggio as a PMI Baggio chapter, Mexico. And I'm sure many of you would have not even heard about this chapter before. So here, this is a platform where we bring people from different global areas at a common platform, giving them a platform to introduce themselves, learn from others, and take it forward. So let me hand it over to Anita to introduce our next chapter for Spotlight. Danny, you want to share your screen, or should I continue?
Which side?
Let's
you
you
Go
guys
ahead,
are
please.
continue. Yeah,
I can continue.
Danny.
Okay.
Hi. Hi, good evening from India. So, as a seasoned project manager and a highly skilled music producer and a game publisher, Danny brings a solid background in project management. Honed with years of experience in the field, He has proven track record of effectively organizing, overseeing, and successfully completing complex projects within deadlines and budget constraints. His proactive approach to project management extends to creating and cultivating a productive and efficient work environment, employing proactive management strategies alongside exceptional team building and interpersonal communication skill. Please welcome Hao Danny, President of PMI Vietnam chapter, for the spotlight event today. So what's the current time, Danny, at your location?
My current time is 9:30.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
9:26. Yeah.
that's great. That's great.
Okay.
And can you please explain us the meaning of your chapter logo?
The meaning of our chapter logos here, as you can see, that we have the V. V stands for victories and also stands for Vietnam. You know that the symbolize of victory, accomplishment, and highlight the PMI Vietnam chapter go foster the community to successful and capable of project managers.
Okay, okay. Yeah, you can go ahead with your presentation, Danny. Thank
okay.
you.
Is that my presentation? Okay. So Amesh, you pick the line for me, right? Okay. Thank you. So today I'm very honored to be the presenters here, as the 5 minutes is very hard task for me to finish, because in Vietnam we have many things to thank and to share with you guys. But today I'm going to try my best to make it in 5 minutes. Thank you. And first of all, I would like to thank to Danny Chung. Danny, do you still remember on last year in Lim, you told me that you should focus on bring global to local. Yeah, that ignites our our feelings and try to reach out to other chapter to work on the cooperation with other chapter to bring global to local. And thanks to Joshua who connect me to Tao and Amesh. We are successfully analyzed and join the chapter exchange programs for the chapter collaborations. Now, next slide, please. And our PMI Vietnam chapter, we've been operating for 5 years. We very young chapters comparing with other chapters. We found in 2018, and here you see this is our pictures of our EN party last year. This only in Hanoi. We have another big one like this in Ho Chi Minh too. Okay, next slide, please. And as you guys all see here, PMI Vietnam chapter belong to region 15, with Southeast Asia and Pakistan. And join the chapter exchange. We are the second chapter joint chapter exchange together with chapter Malaysia with my dear friend Joshua. And in the region 15, we have about 7,000 membership, chapter membership. Okay, next slide, please. And as young chapters, in the last year, we have only about 200 members. But within 9 months, we have been double our membership, and now we have more than 400 members. Next slide, please. And as by the end of April, we have 450 members. And here is showing you a chance in project management in Vietnam, as well as the project certifications of professionals in Vietnam. PMPs in Vietnam grow very fast. 5 years ago, we have less than 1,000, but now we have 4,500 and more PMPs in Vietnam. Okay, next slide, please. And in PMI Vietnam chapters, since the last 2 years, we have many activities. And this year, of course, the highlights event and highlight activity we would like to share with you is join the chapter collaboration. This is a great success as a coordination of collaborations and bring global to local for our member benefits. And also this year we have a programs of sharing support 500 PMP for a single corporation as well as FPT in Vietnam. And we have two very interesting event. Next month, we have one event, hybrid one. And by the end of this year, celebration our chapter birthday, we are going to have a first Vietnam Project Management Symposium and by a PMI Vietnam chapter. And I hope that you guys will like it. Next slide, please. And if you guys still interested in chapters, events, or anything that just capture these pictures, so you can follow our Facebook or LinkedIn. So you guys will in the row. Next slide, please. Okay. Last but not least, that this is our information that you guys can connect. This is our two my LinkedIn and James as known as Trương in Vietnamese. He is the chapter exchange lead in our chapter, so you can easy to connect with him. And I'm based in Hanoi and he's based in Ho Chi Minh City. So whenever you go to Vietnam, just let us know. We are happy to connect with you guys. And thank you very much for having time to listen to me. Yeah. And
thank you, Danny. Thank you. Thanks a lot for introducing Vietnam chapter to us. And I'm sure all our attendees, we have more than 400 attendees as of now. All of them across the globe are listening to you and understanding more about the chapters. And I'm sure they will get in touch with you on the LinkedIn, and then you can connect. So the statement which Dr. Danny mentioned in the beginning, going global from local. So here is your platform to take a next leap. Thank you so much. So now, Anita, can you help us introduce the president of the Bajio chapter, please?
Yeah. So consultant by consultant, entrepreneur and speaker, engineer by profession and project manager by passion. 15 years of experience as project and program manager, leading 100+ projects for several industries, audacious promoter of PMI best practices and the agile mindset, consulting director and co-founder for Apron, current president for PMI Bajao chapter. I welcome
George.
George, are you there? Hello.
George is trying to connect.
Okay, so we will take George later after the session, and let's go to the next section.
Okay.
Maybe we can move the slides because the next section is going to be our discussion, right?
Yeah.
Panel discussion.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Can you please share the slide?
Here it is.
Okay.
This is the our speaker slide. You want to see the other one?
No, that's fine. Thank you, Ahmed.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are on the globe. Greetings to all of you. I'm Hirul Vyasdave from PMI Gujarat chapter, and I have been assigned a task to introduce the moderator today. So to start with our today's major session, let me introduce all of you to our session moderator. And he actually doesn't need any introduction, but I will like to say a few words about him. And he is none other than Ahmed Asfaq from PMI Mumbai chapter. He is vice president with PMI Mumbai chapter, a passionate volunteer. He has been contributing as a volunteer with Mumbai chapter from more than 10 years. He has held various positions, various board positions in the past, and he has been instrumental and have performed role of conference director for chapter conclave and the national conference here in South Asia. Ahmed is electronics engineer and a PMP certified. He is a software professional with more than 25 years of professional industry experience in the development and leading major projects. Currently, he serves role of service delivery head at the Hexaware Technologies Private Limited based at Mumbai. So without any further delay, I would like to welcome Ahmed to take our today's major session forward. Over to you, Ahmed. And I think, Ahmed, you should be putting your slide probably. I spoke everything, but we didn't change the slide. So,
yeah, okay, not a problem. Yeah, I think, oh, my mistake. Here is the person she spoke about. So
yeah,
thank you,
he's very, very
Hiral.
instrumental. Yeah, yes, Ahmed, over to you, Ahmed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So it's I take a lot of honor and pleasure in doing this session, and I would like to, as part of a moderator activity, I would like to introduce the rest of our moderators. So let me begin with our panelist for the session, Dr. Mohammad Ishan. Dr. Ishan, welcome to the panel. We would want to hear it from you, a small introduction, 1 minute introduction about yourself, the activity that you do, and your passion for project management.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmed. Hello, everyone, wherever you are, in every corner of the world. My name is Mohammad Iksan, and I'm currently active as a faculty member in Binus Business School, Jakarta, Indonesia. I've been involving with as a practitioners, both an academician. I mean, it's quite sometimes already, and project management has always been my excitement, and therefore, actually teaching students, is kind of my current passions, to create more and more professional project managers. I think that's all, Ahmed. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Ishan. The next panelist we have is Cindy Wells. Cindy, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Cindy Wells. I currently work with Kohl's department stores based in Wisconsin. I'm located in Michigan. I have been active as a volunteer with the PMI Puget Sound chapter, working with them on instituting a book club, as well as other volunteer activities. My background is in technology and healthcare, and I've as well as customer service. Thank you.
Cindy.
It's
thank you so much.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you on the panel. So let me introduce the next panelist, Marie Rose. I can't hear you. Are you there?
Ahmed, she was trying to connect.
Okay.
I think she will be there in a while. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Richard.
Hi, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, I'm Richard Woodham. I'm the president of PMI Luxembourg chapter. I'm currently a senior program manager for Advisory Key in the financial services sector, and also I'm like an AI for project management advisor with a company called Greyfly AI. My experience is digital transformation and strategic projects across the public sector, EIB, financial services, and also the manufacturing industry. And I'm passionate about educating, coaching, and mentoring young professionals in the benefits of project management. Just this week, we did a session for the Masters of Management students on the benefits of a project management career, and latterly also the usage of AI for project and portfolio management. I have a BSc Honours in Computer Systems from Brunel University in London. I'm a chartered IT consulting engineer, but also I'm a CPA, and I have a MBA from MI2 Sloan School of Management from the dark ages. So
thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Richard. I'm sure we are having a panel with various experience and various professional distinctions. So we're going to have a good discussion going forward. I'm getting a little nervous now. Oyuna, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me, Ahmed. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Okay, good morning, good day, good evening to everyone. So my name is Oyun Bilek. I'm joining from Mongolia, and currently I work as a membership director of the PMI Mongolia chapter. I have an work experience of over 35 years. So I've been leading a lot of projects, some successful, some unsuccessful, but I have some experience in project. I've been working in several leading Mongolian companies, worked several years at the banking sector, then to fuel imports sector. While my major specialization is actually corporate governance, and I currently also work as a consultant, corporate governance consultant for IFC, World Bank Group. And I also sit on several boards as a non-executive independent director. I've been involved with the PMI Mongolia chapter for 4 years now, volunteering. And I really enjoy my volunteering for PMI Mongolia chapter. And my education is MBA, and also I've got PMP degree from PMI chapter. And I'm really honored to be today at panel, and I would like to thank PMI Mumbai chapter for initiating this, starting this initiative, and I hope we will all connect with each other and learn a lot of new things from each other. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Oyuna. Can we have Maria Rose? Maria, can you help us introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Thank you
no,
so much.
thank you very much. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to everyone, depending on where you are sitting. My name is Marie Rosaya. I'm actually located in Cameroon, and I'm very happy to represent here the PMI Cameroon chapter. And just talking in 1 minute about me, I'm currently the General Manager, Customer Experience and Services. But I think I need to say that all my life and all my experience is always around project management, because I think it's something that is really important for any area and aspect of the business. I'm today in the commercial, but I've been before in the PMO office in MTN Cameroon. And just to add a bit, I was part of the team that put in place the PMI Cameroon chapter, and I was actually in the board at the beginning, at the early stage, where I was in charge of marketing and public relations. And what I'm doing today, I'm still in MTN. I'm leading 650 teams of people, where I'm trying not only at the department level, but also at the company level to induct and keep inducting the project management, because I think it's really important to know the principle, at least, not for everyone to be certified, but to have the principle in order to be able to run the business where we are sitting today. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy also for all the people that are part of this panel. So I'm sure that we'll have a very interesting discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I think we have the full panel, and as a moderator, it's my honor to be here and ask you questions which can help us get the best out of your knowledge, and it will also help our audience and the attendees to know more about the topic of discussion today. project manager as a strategic leader. Um, it's not very easy topic, but it requires a lot of research and understanding about not only project management but also about strategy. So to begin with, I have a question. Whom should I do alphabetical order A, B, C? Oh, Cindy, the first question that I have for you is what is strategy and what are the characteristics of a strategist? Cindy?
A strategist is
Huh.
actually an individual at a higher level in an organization that focuses more on the vision and the direction of the organization and providing that structure and direction for the company. Whereas the project manager works on the projects and making that a visual, actual tangent project or a product.
Oh, okay, good. So that is a brief understanding about what is strategist, and she also helped us understand the difference between or the how they are different. Richard, can you help me with the role of a strategist project manager? You're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, hi. So I kind of see strategy as sort of a little bit more, or there are other aspects of strategy, which I would say is in terms of kind of there's the aspects of vision and objectives and communicating of those objectives. That I think there's an aspect in terms of the resort for me, sort of resource allocation is also part of strategy in terms of allocating of the sort of the resources to achieve the overall strategy. And I would say that as in our role as project managers, generally what we're doing is our role is, I think, at a project level or on a wider basis at a portfolio level or at a program level, that our role is to implement those strategic directions, and and that kind of really comes down to the factor of kind of like project success and project objectives. That I try to plan and deliver my projects with an objective to always try and link them back to the overall strategy of the organization.
Okay, okay, good. That's really helpful. I want to go to Maria Rose and take her ideas about how do a manager become a strategic leader, or can they actually become one?
Thank. No, definitely, the project manager can be, but he needs to work. And thank you, Ahmed, for the question. Actually, when you look at project manager, you know that it's more about planning. Now, if you take the other side, when you look about strategy and everything, is again about planning. And I strongly believe that in order to execute properly, you need to being able to plan, which is the essence of our work as project manager. Now, I think for a project manager to become a strategic leader, you need to work further than that. Number one, for me, you need to have a broader perspective. When you are doing project management, usually you are focusing on your project and beginning and end about your project. If you want to become a strategic leader, you need to look at the broader picture on maybe the purpose of this project, understand where the business wants to go, what we're implementing, and so on and so forth. So the number one would be embrace a broader perspective view. Now, number two, you also need to develop the strategic thinking about not only executing, but knowing the why you are executing, so that you will also know the importance of delivery on time and so on. So the strategy thinking also is the second one. Now, the last for me is the capability, as a project manager, you need to have relationship for the other people to follow you and execute as you're expecting. Now, as a strategic leader, you also need it, but you need it more stronger because you're not in a specific timeline, but it's throughout your life or strategic leader, you will still need those people, and you need to ensure that they are backing you up. So these are the three elements that I want to share about moving from project manager to strategic leader.
Yeah, the why, as I heard, the why is more important. Are you not? You want to add something to this?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, just to add, yeah, I think we had a lot of very good insights from our panelists, and I think just to add from this, I think it's very important for all project managers. It's important for us to focus on operational excellence. I mean, to make sure that we concentrate, focus on our tasks, and then that we complete our project on time and within budget. But for strategic project managers, I think the question why, as you said, Ahmed, is very important, and to understand why I'm doing this project and what value I'm bringing to the organization, what value my project brings to this organization. And I think that's the question that we should ask, not only how, but mostly why, and the value behind this why I'm doing this.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's in brief what we should do as a strategic project managers.
Okay. I want to ask Dr. Ishan, what is the difference? What would you highlight as a difference between a project manager and a strategic project manager?
Oh, okay, Ahmed. I think it's a very good questions. I would say conventional project managers, basically they are focusing on delivering their deliverables, right? Their product, which is and has been agreed before. But I think it's becoming more imperative as the other panelists also has brought that they have to know the reason why they do this. Okay, and bringing up the value is actually much more insightful, much more significant in comparison to just delivering the product, right? So the project managers is now has to say has the awareness and also bear the responsibilities also in delivering the values other than the product itself. That's my comment on that, Ahmed.
Okay. Okay. Mary, you want to add something there, or you are good with this point?
No, no,
Anything? No, you're good, right?
I'm aligned.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank
Cindy,
you. Yeah.
yeah, Cindy, I have a question for you. What are the skills that are required for a strategic project manager? And are these natural skills, or are these skills that can be learned?
Many of the for strategic project manager, which differs in focus from the project manager, two key skills is principally critical thinking and long-term analysis and visionary skills. And then secondarily, something that I've run across in researching this is that marketing and to be able to communicate to a variety of individuals is a real key asset to include. And one of the things with an individual going into the strategic direction, that they use their ability and have some introductory education in the marketing area. And that's what the recommendation has been with that development. I think you can learn the skills. It's experience. I think one has, of course, there are individuals that have special talents and strengths, and if you like what you do and enjoy what you're doing, of course, you're going to do an outstanding job. You're dedicated and motivated. And that has a lot to do with your ability to be able to pick up and learn the information and be able to use it and be able to succeed.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So the passion for learning and your passion for the work, that is what is going to help you pick up new skills like critical thinking and long-term analysis. Another thing which Cindy did mention. Okay. Is it possible for our audience to understand by example, and what are these strategic leadership skills? So I want the rest of the panel to also help our audience understand. Can we go with Dr. Ishan? What are the strategic skills, leadership skills? Can you give us some example of strategic leadership skills?
Right, Ahmed. I mean, one of the strategic skills is like providing visions and objective, to the projects. Okay, because prior to delivering the project itself, so they have to bring this, the motor running, right? And since we deal with people, we need to provide them, with our visions and strategic skills. Is actually it's a very important and significant skills when it comes to getting this engine running, right? Because we need to let them know why we have to do this. Okay, other than we just have to deliver, what we have to do. Right. I think it's a very critical aspects that need to be understood and exposed by the project managers.
Okay, Dr. Danny, you have something to add here, or you think everything is covered?
Hey,
Yeah.
everything is covered, and thanks all the
Okay.
panel sharing. Mhm.
Okay. Richard.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we look at the which I've tried to do is, if you look at the talent triangle, I think one of the things that it's very important for a strategic project manager is to have business acumen, because I think it's only with business acumen that you actually are in the position to relate the market, the companies, the objectives to the way you deliver the project. And I think also there are other aspect there in terms of the power skills that to be one of the aspects of being strategic is being able to kind of is around communication, around leadership, and also around kind of risk management. In that, when you're running a strategic project, and generally, strategic project management is applied to portfolios of projects rather than an individual project, and it's a roll up, and then you have to have a broad point of view. So I think within our PMI world, there are many of these skill sets which are within the talent triangle. And if you go back to the thing about the kind of the people, when you're operating strategically, the people who you're communicating back to, which is CEOs, which is business unit heads, it's kind of those, that's where it becomes very important to hone those strategic skills.
Okay. I just want to hold you. You want to add anything, Mary? You have raised your hand. So if any of our panelists, if you want to contribute to the question, yeah, please raise your hand so that we can give you the attention. Yeah, Mary, go ahead, please.
No, thank you for giving me the opportunity as well to complement what Danny said. Actually, for me, there are two things that are burning me when in terms of strategic leadership skills. The number one is you need to have the capability to be visionary thinking, because it's this ability to look at the future and while staying today will help you probably articulating properly the vision that your organization had. Now, the other one, in which it's something that sometimes you are facing, most of the leaders, they are lacking for several reasons, is the decision making. Because also as a strategic leader, you need to be able to make the appropriate decision at the appropriate time. So you cannot wait for some of the critical decisions. So you need to have the capability, you analyze and so on, and then you make a decision so that the business can continue.
Okay, Mary can lower the hand. Are you not? You want to? You have something to add? Please go ahead.
Yes. I just wanted to add, we've mentioned a lot of good skills that a strategic project manager should have. But I would also like to say that you can learn these skills, but there are many project managers that they are not at that high level to be strategic. There are if especially in the smaller companies, when there is no PMO, project management organization, there is no portfolio or program management. It's very difficult to understand how your project aligns with overall organizational goal. And I think for those project managers, I think you should be kind of courageous enough, brave enough to go and communicate with people and ask and take these actions, asking how my project could add value and just in addition to learning your own skills, I think you should be really important to be a very good communicator and go ask around. If you don't have PMOs or somebody at the top helping you with understanding the strategy, I think it's important for the project management to be proactive and go around, and also, make sure that you have supporters and mentors in your organizations who could help you with
Correct.
learning those
Yes.
skills.
Correct. Yeah. So so basically we are saying that strategic skills are not we're not born with them, but we can learn those skills and help the project or the organization or the program that we are a part of to excel better if we start thinking strategically, have a better vision of where our effort or outcomes are going to be utilized. So that's a good point. We'll request all the audience, if they have any questions, probably they can list the questions. We have a panel and they're picking up questions for us. And the one that I have, which has been raised by Anish Srimali, and how do you balance short-term project deliverables with long-term strategic goal? How do you balance the short-term project short-term project deliverables with long-term strategic goals? Who want to take up this question? From a project to a program, how do you excel there? How do you bridge that gap? Is it only the skill that is required, or is there something more than that? How do you make sure that the project that I'm working on is, where does it fit into the big picture? Right? You might be developing a tire, right? Unless you put the tire into the car, it's of no use. Correct? So once you put it into a car or a plane, that's where it is going to take places. Otherwise, a tire is just a tire. Yeah, go ahead, please, Richard.
I think that it is the responsibility of the people who are the strategic project managers to provide the communication and the vision, so that if someone who is delivering a projects generally are operational and delivering a short-term effect, but you don't achieve the basic rules of synergy, that you don't achieve the long-term effects unless you deliver a whole series of underlying short-term deliveries which lead to a long-term goal. And so I think you have to have a situation where senior experienced project and program managers guide and raise the skill set of the people working across their teams. Because I had a kind of an experience where what you often get is that you're all competing for resources, and sometimes by moving the resources of what's considered to be a short-term gain to maybe a longer-term project, you actually make the longer-term objective less able to be achieved. So I think it's very important that the operational deliveries are put into the context of a wider overall business objective.
Okay. Okay. Ishan, Dr. Ishan, you want to add
Right.
something?
Thank you, Ahmed. And I can't agree more. I think I also gain more insight from Oyun Bilek, when it comes to the structure itself. I mean, talking about balancing between strategy and project itself requires a structure. And I believe, in the world of project management, we know that we have the structures of organizational project management, right? So we have the portfolio, program, and project itself. So then it's kind of harmony. So when it comes to alignment of the strategy, so we need to have that structure. And talking about the skills itself, if I may also add, Ahmed, I think it's also very essential when it comes to how we learn that skills. Right. I think it's not a matter of, for example, having a formal training class in leadership and strategy, but also to gain mentorship from our leaders, right? I think project managers shall take this more opportunity. I mean, look at this today event, right? So hundreds and thousands of people, are connected. So find them, get connected with them, learn from them. I think it's a great opportunity, to connect with each other and to learn from the best. I think just my 2 cents on top of that, Ahmed. Thank you.
Okay. I have a question from the audience, and this is in line with what you just mentioned. Does this lead to say that a program manager is better placed to becoming a strategic leader than a project manager? Are we saying that a program manager has got more affinity or liking or more skills of a strategic manager compared to a project manager?
I tend to agree with that, considering
Okay.
that the program manager themselves, they're putting say priority in delivering the benefits, right? Which is in this case, it's like more far away more than the project itself, right? The product itself. But I think in order to to enhance that kind of structures, the portfolio project management shall take place as well, because when it comes to the alignment, I think project portfolio plays a significant role in comparison with program and project management.
Mary, you want to add something to this? The skills of a project manager and a program manager?
I think I totally, yeah.
That's valid. Yeah. It makes sense, right?
Yeah. No, I totally agree with Mohammed. Actually, it's not something that the project manager like to hear, but I think is a very fair point. That they need to grow a bit more if they want to become and Malan.
Yeah, going to Cindy. Cindy, you mentioned about critical thinking, long-term analysis. Then we also heard about business acumen and vision and objective. Are these skills more related to a program manager than a project manager? Is it right to say that a strategic leader is more of a program manager than a project leader, or we can still say that a project leader can have the basic skills of a strategic leader, but the advanced strategic leadership will go to the program manager? Can we make a statement, something like that?
I would think that the program manager would be at a stronger level than your project manager. You would have your skills built on and developed, and then your strategic manager tends to be or the strategic leader would be more in a leadership skills. There's not really a job strategic a standard job description for a strategic manager per se. A lot of those skills are incorporated in your CEOs, your top level executives in companies who are the visionaries and directing the large ship, let's say, an analogy, maybe captaining the ship where there are various levels and depth of skills. there are a few more things that come to mind too, as skills that are needed. Our listening skills, as well as negotiation skills and problem solving, which is important to consider. And I think we're all like works in progress, and many of us, whichever level we have strengths and weaknesses, we can all work on developing skills in areas that we may identify that we could use improvement in, and then grow from there.
Okay. The next question I have is on similar lines, and I want to take Dr. Danny's help on this. In a project, we have a lot of strategies linked with goals, communication, and procurement, and you covered most of them in your initial presentation. The question that our audience is asking is, which strategic implementation in their project or program did the panelists find it's more challenging to execute? Simple on plan, but difficult to execute. For example, goal, communication, procurement, which is the strategy that you think is difficult to execute? You want to think a little? I can. Do we have anyone else who can answer that for us?
Yeah,
Why?
the
Yeah.
most
Yes.
difficult projects
I come to
are the
Danny
ones.
again. Yeah.
The most difficult projects are those where you're innovating, and for example,
Okay.
you're launching a new service, you're going into a new market, because the strategy and the commercial strategy, the company strategy is usually not hugely defined, and also the risk profile is a lot higher. And so there are a lot from the point of view of the resources and from the point of view of the people who've made the decisions. There's a lot more kind of riding on it. So for me, the most difficult projects are those when you're doing something innovative, when you're moving into a new market. So, in my experience. And then you have the added factor that you have all the change factors, that you're changing something where people don't really know where the target is. So.
Okay. Okay. And I don't see any. Yeah, Danny, you want to answer? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Let me share a couple of my example from the merger and acquisition. Number one is I think the thing that we learned from the past pandemic in the past 2 to 3 years is about our agility to recover from the adversity. Many of us experience the adversity, no matter at work, family, or personal thing. Okay, then what is the agility that we could learn? Learning capability is one of the very popular, especially in the next generation. Because the next generation, yes, they are more talented, but the learning capability is lower. Then to us, to the group of our project management professional, what is the learning capability of this of our project? Talking about AI, talking about data analytics, is also count on the machine learning. So that is number one, the learning capability, recovery from the agility, from the adversity, and all of these are related to combined with the innovation. If we are not able to be innovative, then how we are going to resolve the problem? Because like the M&A that I managed earlier, there is in a different culture, in a different area, in a different location on the other side of the ocean. I personally may not be able to work on the ground with them. Then I need to rely on them. I need to build a relationship with the senior leadership team. Then that is something that we need to work on this in order to come up with some innovative solution. Similar like a PMI. PMI, we have 300 countries for the 1.6 credential holder. That is a big family with a lot of diversity. Yeah.
Okay. 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 I have a question. We are almost getting to the end, the last section of this panel discussion. We know we have covered strategy. And how do we, and we know culture, how can we balance culture and strategy in a project? Ishan, you want to take up this question?
Yes, Ahmed. I think it's a very good question. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
considering strategies actually
Mm-hmm.
derived from multiple factors, right? And one of the factors is definitely culture. And being or having strategic skills is actually in line with having adaptive skills, when it comes to cultural issues. Many project managers in recent assignment or practices, Ahmed, it's been globally spread across the world, right? So, for example, our colleagues from India, they have been doing projects in the United States or in Asia, probably in Australia, and providing insight as part of strategy is actually is very critical when it comes to understanding the culture. So I think if the project managers have to or will be developing themselves in the area of being a strategic project manager, and definitely cultural aspect is becoming imperative for them.
Sure. Anyone wants to add to this? With culture, how do you balance culture and strategy in an organization?
I uh, I might. I think, and this will probably age me a little bit, but I think it was Peter Drucker who was a big strategic management. Who basically said culture eats strategy for breakfast every day. Although I did look on ChatGPT recently, and they said it was never never sort of assigned to him. But joking apart, I think the principle there is that by culture you install the values of your organization. And I think if you have the values of the organization, you can link those back to kind of strategic objectives, and then values influence the way people behave. And I think actually our organization, PMI globally, is quite interesting because we're all volunteers. So, and with the cultural values, you'll see with the PMI Next strategy that the cultural values underpin the kind of moving forward. And I've been volunteering with PMI for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's a kind of an example of where they first got everyone aligned on the cultural values, and then you use that to try and drive the strategy forwards. So I think that it's quite an interest that really culture is really critical if you in terms of getting your kind of strategy and tactics implemented. So
Good.
And if I may add, Ahmed, to the culture and
Yes, please.
strategy issue,
yeah,
I think it's very important about the tone at the top, starting from the board, that we actually will embody the values that we preach. So starting from the top at the board of directors and then go to whatever portfolio or program manager, and also project manager for his own project. So it means that if we
Right.
want to really make sure that our team follows our values, we need to kind of be walking the talk, as you said, eh?
Yeah, the management walk the talk kind of thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. And that culture um, is important as in because the kind of skills that we spoke about, continuous learning. You cannot have a continuous learning in an organization where there is no culture of learning and training. So it becomes an important parameter that the organization has such culture in decision making or vision and objective, business acumen. All of a sudden, you cannot have people just jumping into strategic decision making. So unless you build that culture, you will not be able to see your project managers group into strategic project managers who can then in future take up the program manager's role in the organization. Basically, he or she as a program manager should be understanding what are the strategies, how do you connect multiple projects for a single objective, for a single benefit to the customer, right? So for that to happen, the project manager per se should start building those skills himself, and that can only be possible if we have the right culture in place. Okay, I have a not an innovative, but an optimistic question. How can technology or AI be used to support strategic decision making? Technology or AI be used to support strategic decision making? Do we have an answer to this? Or do you think that we are still early to make use of AI for strategic decision making?
Maybe
I
Ahmed, I don't.
I
Okay.
You go ahead.
I
Who
have
wants to?
I have a very quick answer.
Yes.
That AI
Mm.
should help us to pick the right projects and to do the
Okay.
projects right. And then a different way of expressing that is that because with AI we will have the data, we will have the decision support to do the projects effectively, and we will have
Okay.
the possibility to do them efficiently.
Okay. Okay. Good. Uh,
So,
Mary, you want to compliment that?
Yes, actually, I was going to the same direction. I think tech and AI mainly should help us to put it in place but because of the capability to do data analysis. So what AI can do is far away from what human can do. Okay, so we need to leverage on it. But I'm also, even if I'm an engineer, I'm also thinking that it's not only AI or tech that can do alone. So while you are getting support from AI and technology, you need to still be able to apply also your mind and being able to get the appropriate decision. There are some areas that
Okay. Okay. Ayuna, you want to add something?
Well, actually, I just wanted to put, I think both Richard and Mary said that what I meant to say is what it was about data and analysis, and the strategic decisions are made based on a lot of data. So we need to have as much data as possible and do a good analysis, and both technology and AI will help us to do all this data analysis, and which will be the basis of our strategic decisions. I think that's the same point that both our previous panelists made.
Okay. Okay. Good. Cindy, you want to add something?
I would. I'm going to step back a little bit because I've just read a book, and if you don't mind, I'm going to share that because it was helpful in the area of culture. When we spoke about culture, it was brought up just a minute ago. This particular book is very interesting on international communication. And I found it very helpful and provided some very good examples, real examples of being able to understand where people are, communication methods that various individuals may have due to their background or where they've been. There's the organizational culture, but there's also the culture of people, which, you know, in this program with Xchange, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. But this particular book, just I'm reviewing it for our chapter, and because that discussion point wasn't actually brought up, I wanted to do that quick share. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for sharing. And I think we are almost at the end of our session today. And while we might not have answers to all the questions, but we have all the required questions to go back and investigate and find out answers. More important about these sessions are that they will let you know what you don't know, so that you can find answers to them using your own resources, using your own chapter network, your network, or connecting with our panelists on LinkedIn or us with on LinkedIn, and helping you get the answers. So I want to now thank all our panelists for the time they've spent and helped us understand this topic with more clarity. I want to thank the audience who brought up excellent questions so that we could help them find answers. And so, and we also have a certificate that we are working on, which we will be sending it to you by email. So, thanks, or as a part of gratefulness from the chapter for an appreciation for help for being a part of this panel today. Thank you so much. And can we go to the next session, please? Do we have the president of Baggio chapter? Do we have the president of Baggio chapter? Can we take that up now? Sunil, can you make him the presenter? I thought he's already there on the session.
Hello,
Sunil?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, you are already there. Thank you so much. I'm just sharing the slides, and you can do the presentation quickly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I cannot share my camera.
You cannot. Don't share. I will share here.
Okay.
Here you are.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Anita, you want to do the introduction, or? No worries. Let me take it up. Let me take this opportunity of introducing our president from Baggio, Mexico chapter, President George Moreno. He's a consultant, entrepreneur, and speaker, engineer by profession, and project manager by passion. 15 plus years of experience as a program project manager, leading 100 plus projects for several industries, and consulting director and co-founder of Apron. And he's currently the president of PMI Baggio chapter Mexico. The system engineer with a master degree in project management, certified as PMP, PMI, ACP, Scrum, and 7 other certificates in the area of quality, technology, and consultancy. So, George, we saw the Vietnam chapter, and we were able to listen to Danny and all his details about the Vietnam chapter. Now we want our audience to also know about the Baggio chapter. So can you please help us with these details? I'll go to the next slide.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad here to present our chapter. Actually, we are the youngest baby from Mexico. We in this year we are having our 5th anniversary. Actually, the community started at 2008, but a small community that was growing. In 2016, we have the potential chapter nomination by PMI, but in 2019, we have in the 15th anniversary of PMI our charter that gives us the name of PMI chapter. Actually, we have 4 states for Mexico, as you can see here in the center of Mexico. We are in Querétaro, Guanajuato, Aguascalientes, and San Luis Potosí. Go ahead, please. And basically, we born as a community that want to gather and promote best practice in the region. There are several industries here in the region that share several roles, industries and activities. So that's why we have this community and start promoting the recognition of the project manager as a professional and the benefits of its specialization for individuals, for the PMs, and for the organization. The more that the organization knows about the project management, it's the more that we can have better chances, opportunities to work and make this a better work. From a community, for a colleagues, and facilitate networking. Basically, that's one of the activities that I like us the most. Have networking between the colleagues and the people that share the same passion for the project management, and spread and evangelize the project management professions. This is the only way that we can better projects and a better world. Next, please. A little bit of our numbers. As I mentioned, we are in 4 states, most of our members, but definitely we have members for other states that don't have a chapter in Mexico. Actually, we are around 184 members. That's why I mentioned that we are the youngest baby with only 5 years as of chapters. This is the certification that our members have. PMP is the major, ACP, Discipline Agile, Program, and others. We have around 50% of the members certified, and one of our most some of the industries we have here in the Bajío are automotive and manufacturing and constructions, and some others. Basically, that's all I want to share from our chapter. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, George. Thank you for making this possible and helping us understand more about your chapter. And I'm sure there will be many of our members from different region and different continents would be interested in knowing more, and they will reach out to you on your LinkedIn. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, so we did the panel discussion, we did this. Now we go back to stop sharing. Tao, you want to take up the outro?
Sure. You want to do this?
Yeah, please.
Sure. Okay. You guys see my screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes, I can. We can see you. Yeah, good.
Okay, so thanks for everyone. This is the outro here, and this is the outro for the session, season 5, event 4 for the project management as a strategic leaders. And thanks for Danny for the panel. And the most impressive quote will be the project management should not be the cookie cutters, and we should be more strategic. And there for the PMI Vietnam, we have a highlight of 450 chapter member and 4,513 PMPs, and we'll have a Vietnam PM symposium in November. And for PMI Bayo, and we'll have the SAR is SAR from the 2008 and become a chapter in 2019, and will become the community of the colleges and networking. There's we also do the acronym, and I just use the leader as an acronym. So for the first one, the L should be the linkage. The project membership as a just summarized for the event. The project member as a strategic leader create a clear linkage between their projects and overreaching the strategic objective of the organization, ensure alignments and contributing to the larger goal. And the engagement, the project management excel the engagements, actively involve the team's members and stakeholders, fostering collaborations, and ensure everyone understands the strategic significance of the project. Alignment strategic panelists mentioned strategic leader ensured alignments of project objective, process outcomes, and with organization strategic goals. Coordination efforts maintain the alignments throughout the project lifecycle and development. We've also mentioned a lot during the panel. We focus on the continued development of their own strategic competency and leadership skills, as well as also our own teams. And embracing, of course, project management, our strategic leader are adapting embracing the new technologies involving we have talked about AI and can support the strategic decision making and enhancing project outcomes. Of course, last will be the resilience. We demonstrate the resilience by adapting the strategic change and challenges, reminding flexibility, and maintaining positive attitude of negative uncertainty effectively. So today we have 48 chapters, 48 countries, and 900 registered, and over 500 has actually attended over 5 continents. And thanks for all of you coming today. This is my outro.
Thank you. Thank you, Tao. Hiral, you want to share your screen for the spotlight?
Yes, I'm sharing.
Thank you.
Priscilla, you like to take it forward?
You can take it, please.
Yeah, it's shared. You can see it, right?
Oh yeah, we can see it.
Okay, okay. So please go ahead. Take it forward as usual.
Okay, so thank you all for your comments, quotes, and questions. It was a very engaging session. And thank you, Raul, for your quote. Very nice insight. So thank you all for coming for this session today.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Hiral, for putting this together. I'll just share the last screen and we will be doing the closure. So okay, I have the exchange effect here. I want to do the exchange effect. We got 65 responses from the members, and this is how it looks. Indonesia, Brazil, and Malaysia are the bigger ones from the Menti effect. On the next slide, I have the retro board. Please, I request all of you to go through, scan this code, and the team will put in the URL in the chat board, and just take 30 seconds to give your feedback. This will help us improve at different level, because there are a lot of things that the team works on in the background. So your feedback is important for us to see how we can do things better, bring you the best of leaders and speakers from across the globe who can and make your 2 hours valuable for you. That is the focus of all of us put together. We really work hard to put this together. So your feedback, if it is good, bad, or ugly, is really very, very important to us. And and we also request members to give in topics for the next session. So please suggest your topics. We have already published. The next slide will take you to the. Okay, this is the PDU code. This is the PDU code. Maybe we can put the PDU code also in the chat. Okay, and this is another slide which I want to use. This is the last one. We have already started preparing for the next event. And the next event, the topic that we have already decided is ethics and regulation in project management. And we have identified the panelists, and we have also published the registration code. So you can just scan it. You could be the first few registrations. We have already started getting registrations. You could be among the first 100 registrations. So please register. Use this QR code and register yourself. The link will be there present in the chat. You can register, and so that you and your chapter members can also be a part of this activity going forward. So we have a good number of panelists coming up in the coming month, and it's going to be an excellent presentation. So please register and don't miss out on those things. Thank you. A big thank you to all of you for spending your time with us, helping us bring these things together. And have a nice rest of the day, rest of the evening, and stay blessed.
Thank you, Ahmed, and the team and all the chapter exchange for continuing to move this forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.